Hi, I'm Jen from This and That Planning. Today we're going to find out if the third time really is the charm. As you might be able to tell, I'm a little under the weather. I don't know if it's allergies or a cold. And when it started out, I'm like, this has got to be allergies. I'm kind of new to allergies. In Michigan, where I was born, raised, grew up, I don't have allergies, which is odd, or at least outside allergies. Because it's like the pollen capital of the world. You know, we got so much water and seasons and weather and everything. Yeah, but I just didn't have allergies growing up and moved to Nevada, and apparently I have allergies, but I'm still having a difficult time understanding what I'm allergic to and what is a cold. I used to think I got this wicked summer cold for like over a month every summer. And then somebody's like, you have allergies. And I'm like, wait, what? So it was a little funny, but I'm still trying to learn the ropes. So I don't know if it's allergies or a cold. Both are possible. It's a little ironic. But anyway, so I recorded this as a talk through. And apparently recording it as a talk through, either my microphone that I was using was not charged, or I literally did not turn it on, because when I uploaded it, I had zero voice. So I was like, okay, but at that moment I had no voice from whatever I have going on. I'm getting a little bit better, and I tried recording it again as a voiceover, and my guy kept walking by the ring, and then he came in, and I'm just like, I'm done with this. So this is the third time I'm trying to record this. So it's going to be interesting because, like I said, I originally did it as a talk through. So I believe what I was just showing was the underlays that I got from Lynner Designs. This kit is Starcrossed. I picked it up from Lynner Design Shop because she used the blue color in the kit. And your girl loves blue. So it's my favorite color of all time. I thought it was perfect for a Valentine's kit. I'm pointing at the Hearts, which is a pixie pack from Planner Pixie Co. I used the month and Happy Valentine's Day from Make Plans. And yeah, they're from Make Plans. The roses, I think I was pointing at the roses, or am I now? I'm not sure. So this is what happens when you do a talk through and then it becomes a voiceover. But the roses that I have on there are from Planner Hannah. And I started by putting my boxes down originally because I have a hard time putting my boxes down and doing a talk through. Oh, that's what I was pointing at. So I actually got the Lynner Designs in matte. And I got blonde Fashion Girls, and I used a marker to color in the hair to be a little bit closer to my hair color, because a lot of the brunettes are a little too brunette. I'm like a light brown, dark blonde, somewhere in there. I call it confused. That's my hair color, is confused. My mom was a blonde. Had blonde hair my whole life, my whole childhood, and then as I got older it started darkening up. My dad had very dark hair. I want to say his hair is black. I'm pretty certain. He'd be out in the sun in the summer for like 2 seconds and he was so tan, and his hair and his eyes dark, you know. So anyway, so my hair is darkened as I've gotten older. But I put the boxes down originally and pulled the stickers and the scripts to lay down and talk through the plan with me. I miss doing plan with me's and hopefully this will be a regular occurrence. So the first thing I'm marking is that Dan was homesick. We celebrated Valentine's Day the week prior, and it was a good thing because, as you're going to see, he was basically sick this whole week. He actually ended up being sick for well over a month. He had acute bronchitis, as it turns out. We did not know that then, but he was not feeling well. He was going to go to work, and I told him, no, stay home. So I went to work alone. Sorry for the sniffles, guys. Like I said, I either have allergies or a cold going on right now. So I taught, you're going to see that I used 2 different scripts from Planner Hannah. So I like font 4. And then when it was her font of the month, I got the heart ones, which I thought was perfect for Valentine's week. So some of the scripts will be in the heart font of the month, and the other ones are going to be in her font 4. So I had a little bit of a rough time with this plan with me. I think I had to stop it at one point soon because I put this guy down, and then I realized that I skipped a box because I went from the homesick and the teach and then skipped a box entirely. And then I was like, oh, wait. So then I had to fix it. So I think I'm getting ready to pause it to fix the box situation. I'm pretty sure, because I was like, wait a minute, I have more stickers and scripts for Monday than what I actually have. Oh my goodness, how many did I put down before I realized it? Oh no. Okay. Come on, Jen, fix it, realize it, fix it. It's coming. Yeah, I love that blue hollow. Love blue. I love it so much. Yep, this is where I think I'm realizing, yep, I skipped that, because usually teach, because I would have the wacky holidays last year, and then I would have the teach box, and it kind of would take up my whole top box, which is how that happened. So I fixed it. So I also had robotics after school. I talked to my friend Pam. I absolutely love and adore her. She's been super busy lately, myself included. We used to do the Lego League together, and now we're both kind of not doing Lego League, but we still try to keep in touch. So anyway, yep, I talked to her this day. And then my family, this is weird. So originally my family's from Czechoslovakia. I know it's Czech Republic and Slovakia that they separated. But when my great-grandfather, who was first generation American, when his dad came here, it was still Czechoslovakia. So my family's from Czechoslovakia originally. Now it would be considered the Czech Republic because they were from the Prague area. So Polish food is very similar to our family food. So sauerkraut is a staple. And my guy made some sausage and kraut that day because he stayed home sick. And then we watched National Treasure on Disney Plus. I do recommend. So this is not the movie with Nicolas Cage. They have a series, National Treasure, that has a female lead, and it does have ties to the movies National Treasure. I think it's fabulous. So I'm obsessed. It deals with the issue of people who are not born here that are here. And I kind of see it every day with my students because I'm in a high, I don't know how to explain. I don't want to, it's transient, yes, but we have people from all over the world, like everywhere. And I have students that basically were brought here from their family when they were 2 years old. And this is the only life they know. So, it's kind of hard for them, that they weren't born here and they were brought here and this is all they know. But yet there are a lot of things that they can't have, like they can't get a college degree because they're not a legal citizen and weren't born here, but this is all they know. So it's kind of, the struggle is real. And I like the National Treasure that Disney Plus is doing because at least it's bringing some knowledge to that, like out in the public. So Dan was homesick again on Valentine's Day. And I went to work and taught. So the next one is teach. Oh, okay, apparently I'm a lot slower when I'm talking and doing this. I'm sorry, guys. This is so weird. But it's such a beautiful spread. And I haven't done a plan with me in so long that I wanted to be able to share this with you. So, yep. So we got our teach and that heart font. Just absolutely adorable. I just wish, because I think that font of the month, I think that was their font of the month in January. So before February spreads, and I kind of sort of get that. Now I'm realizing my boxes are backwards. The struggle was real. So now I'm getting ready, I think, to pause, to flip those boxes around. But anyway, so, so I would have loved it if she would have had the heart font of the month in February for the whole month of February. So then that way I could have had like entire spreads in that font. But I do love Planning Hannah's fonts. I'm absolutely obsessed. I'm going to try to play with it a little bit this summer to see if I can do some of my own scripts and do my own fonts, because I want to start trying to cut, foil, print so I can save some money. So this day it was extremely, extremely windy. We also had hail that day. So wind in Nevada, excuse me one second. Oh, that's the problem with the talk through. It's a little bit harder to pause because it's only stop and then you have to render on the software I use. But anyway, so anyway, in Nevada, it's mostly dirt. So when it gets really, really windy, it's like you have a lot of dirt flying into your face and it's super, super hard to deal with. And then on top of that, hail is a little bit nuts because we next to never get rain or snow or anything like that. So we had a lot of wind and hail. So I also had my lashes done this day. On Tuesdays is kind of like my beautification day where we do lashes or nails. So it's kind of one of the few days that I have free during the week. Looks like I also talked to my best friend, Ange. So she's my bestie back home. She's been, oh gosh, I met her my second year of teaching, and I want to say I'm like in my 15th or 16th year of teaching now. I am sorry for the wobbliness, guys. Sorry. I moved my setup and it's like on a craft table, and that craft table is very wobbly. We're doing a lot of things around the house though, and one of the things I'm going to be doing this summer is getting a more sturdy desk and putting it right by the window, so maybe the lighting will be even more awesome. Looks like I stopped at Burger King because I got my lashes done, so I was getting home late that day, so I just stopped at Burger King. Okay, on Wednesday, my guy was homesick again. So, yep, there's, yeah, those little emojis. So my icons, I apologize, I kind of skipped that. Most of them are from Carly Plans. Some of them are from Coffee Monsters Co., Once More with Love, I believe Joy of Planning, and Scribble Prints Co. Let me get, like, oops, whoa, I just totally got the mark. That looks like a Bubba Bear Studio one. And it looks like that covers all my icons. But if you ever want to know where I got an icon or something from, just ask me down in the comments and I'll be happy to let you know if I remember or if I can find out for you. So yep, my guy stayed home sick. I taught this day. I forgot to move it up a little bit. There we go. So this day I have a coworker who came from another state. She's an experienced teacher. Absolutely love and adore her. So when we were online and teaching virtually, our district got a thing called Go Guardian, which allows us to monitor our students' computers. And they tried to do a virtual training on it for us. I didn't really want to spy on my kids, so I didn't really take it seriously. But now, like the kids, especially during like the World Cup of soccer, like my kids were watching the World Cup instead of paying attention to the lesson, which is a little problematic to say the least. When they're watching, you know, YouTube videos and not paying attention. I mean, I get it. I love YouTube. Hello, we're all here, right now. But I have a job to do, and that is to educate them. Oh goodness, sorry. But I have a job to do, and that is to educate my students. So I feel the need to now start monitoring through Go Guardian, and I wasn't exactly sure how, but she knew how. So I asked her if she would show me how, and she had me come after school this day, and she showed me how to use the Go Guardian. So that was fabulous. It's actually quite easy, and I appreciate it, and hopefully I will be making use of that a lot more next year. I plan on getting a lot more strict on cell phones. Sadly, I didn't want to have to, but you know, in the past, the kids, they knew how to control it. Like, they would be respectful and pay attention to the lesson. And then when they were doing their assignment or what have you, then they would kind of do social media or whatever. But now it's like I'm trying to teach and half my kids or all my kids are on their cell phones. I'll even make comments and they're still on their cell phones. It's become a normal thing for them to be like, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Can you go over that again? And I already repeat myself a lot as a teacher, but that is very, very frustrating. So I'm going to have to crack down on phones and computers next year. I never wanted to be that teacher, but I got a job I have to do. So I will be policing technology next year, sadly. So this day I also had robotics. I talked to my mom, and it's a very rare occurrence, but it actually even happened today as I'm doing the voiceover. But I talked to my brother. So I was able to talk to my mom and my brother that day and get caught up with them. So that was always a good thing. If you're wondering, and I know because maybe nobody asked, I never really mentioned my dad. My dad actually passed away in 2005. So that's why you don't really see Talk to Dad or anything like that. So yeah, my dad passed away quite a while ago. So this is our weigh-in. And they call it Chunky Charger. Our school mascot is a charger, which is a horse. And so all the staff, and they allow other people from other schools and even relatives of staff members to join, and trying to keep track of my weight. So I am going to actually put my weight here. So I figure, especially this summer and like some kids that are coming, I'm going to start really being mindful of my weight and trying to track it. So I guess here we are being accountable on YouTube of all places. I don't know if I should actually film or document, because with social media, I don't know if anybody would be interested in that, but it's a long process. Why it's taking me so long is because I had another script that had CC for Chunky Charger on it, and then my weight, so I was trying to cut it off. So that was my weigh-in for that day. I got a little bit big, gross thick, but we'll get back down there. So I quit smoking almost 3 years ago. It'll be 3 years in June. We got sent home for COVID, and I got way up on how many cigarettes I was smoking. So I'm like, you know what? Perfect time to quit. Nobody to drive crazy except myself. So I went ahead and quit smoking. So kind of ballooned up, especially sitting at home, not smoking. But now is the time to get down on weight. So we have our goals and our priorities in place. So on Thursday, Dan was homesick, and I stayed home with him this day. He's actually not a good sick person. He was fixing someone's car. He was running errands. He was doing all the things. And Wednesday night, he ended up spiking a really high fever. So I stayed home with him on Thursday to basically get him to stay in bed and get the rest that he needed. So it seems weird. I never take days off. I really don't. But he was not being a good sick person to get better. He was not being nice to his body. So I had to make him be nice to his body. So it ended up being a big sleep day. So trying to keep him in bed and get him the rest that he needs meant that I was also bored out of my mind. And I slept quite a bit this day as well. So I love that. That's a joy of planning. Has all the things. Has the Prime, the Netflix, YouTube, Disney Plus. It's just cute. But anyway, so Magnum PI binge because they had a new series start, and I had the previous series. This is the newer Magnum PI. And I'm one of those people, like, say when Bridgerton comes out, before watching the newest Bridgerton and binging that, I will watch the first 2 seasons. So then that way I remember everything and I'm all caught up. Weigh-in day is usually my cheat day as well. So I had some Dairy Queen Blizzards, which also helps when you're sick. Not at all, but I can dream. A girl can dream. Actually, I'm finding out that my body cannot tolerate dairy. So this is something that's probably not going to be seen very often moving forward. Like maybe a little bit here and there. I mean, it's getting ready to be summertime and it's like 5 gazillion degrees in Las Vegas. Well, Nevada, not in Las Vegas anymore. And then we still had an officers meeting. Robotics was getting ready for their competition. And when they're getting ready, when they're in season, we do virtual meetings. So then that way all the time in the school, they can focus on the robot. So anyway, we still had the virtual officers meeting because being homesick, I could still get online and do a meeting. You know, that's one thing that virtual taught us is that we can move meetings virtually, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because then that means like you work at work, and then you're like, hey, we're going to take this online later on during our time. So I don't know. I don't know if I like it or if I don't, because I mean, it means our staff meetings are virtual, so I don't have to run into a room with every staff member at the school. I can stay in my classroom and do an online meeting during contract time. That's nice. So we have that. So, anyway, so I taught my kids sold cup of noodles that Friday. We had robotics. I don't know if you guys watch Another Plan with me or not, but my kids sell cup of noodles on certain Fridays. They don't get to sell it all the time because a cup of noodles actually has too much sodium for the health restrictions or dietary guidelines for the school lunches. But we are allowed to do it on special Fridays, which are about 2 a month. So my kids can earn money for robotics at $6,000 for them to register for their competition, not including what they put into their robot or, like buttons that they pass out or their shirts or anything. Also, after robotics, I went to Comex with a former student / robotics kid. I only had him in robotics. I never had him as a student. He's like 23 now, I think. So he's living his life, and it's always fun to check in. And my guy had him for auto shop as a teacher. He loves Chinese and I love Mexican. So it was kind of interesting. I didn't know how it would be, and it actually turned out pretty fabulous. And then on Saturday, had Burger King breakfast. It's like my favorite type of breakfast. And it says rehang pics because I had some mixed tiles pictures of my guy and I hung them, but they were crooked and not spaced right. And it was driving me crazy, and I just left the couch out from the wall so I could get behind it to rehang, but didn't because I didn't have a level that was, I don't know how to explain this. I did have a level, but the level I was using wasn't working very well for what I needed to be able to hang the pictures. So finally had all the things and had the time and the energy, so I rehung those pictures. Let's see, I also, with my, I had gotten some extra money. What did I get extra money for? I think it was for robotics, doing robotics, coaching robotics. This is the last year that I get any extra money for doing that. I'm still going to continue to coach, even though I don't get the extra money. It was just nice to have it for a time. But when that extra money check came in, I did purchase a Dyson vacuum cleaner, and I hung that up on the wall. And then I decorated my vanity. I got a vanity for my birthday in July, and I hung up some metal decorations that I had and decorated the vanity. I got lights, and they still need to be hung up, but so we're not there yet. But then after decorating like the backdrop and stuff of the vanity, I organized it because it started becoming a catch-all. Just you got something in your hand, you don't have a spot for it just yet. You just set it down. So a lot of stuff was going there. Even doing makeup, I don't do it every day. That's one of my future me goals. But so using the vanity, I use it rarely, but it's like I don't always put everything back. So I did that. I organized it. Then on Sunday, I rested up. So a little bit of a lazy day because being overambitious, hanging everything and redoing everything around the house. It's like I just kind of was lazy in the morning, got a slow start. Then this day I also uploaded my Cyber Monday mysteries. So it was no fault of any shop or anything at all. I just didn't get all the Cyber Monday mysteries. And then when I was seeing them, I'm like, hey, I want these. So when I decided that I wanted them, I had to wait for them to come to shop. And then once they came to shop, then I had to wait for my orders to come in. So it took a while before I got them all so I could upload the Cyber Monday mysteries or even record it. I usually wash the sheets on my bed every Sunday or around then. So I just mark that by saying clean sheets with the messy bed. I love the messy bed. Talk to my mom, which is a common Sundays occurrence. I know I have talked to mom other days, but sometimes I get really busy and she knows it. So I try to make sure to talk to my mom every single Sunday. Might seem odd, might not. My mom worries. So Sunday is definitely a day I call my mom. So that is almost a given on every Sunday. And then doing my vanity and organizing it, I had some makeup brushes to clean. So I cleaned my makeup brushes this day. And then I put down sticker therapy, which is usually putting down a base or pulling stickers, something. You guys know. I don't have to explain it to you guys. If you're here, you pretty much know, unless you're like me and you're researching wanting to get into this. And then after that, I have big shower. So I saw somebody else, and I wish I would have written down who said this, but they talked about, yes, of course, I shower more than once a week. So big shower. I try to wash my hair only once a week. I used to do curly girl. I'm not really doing curly girl anymore, but some stuff stuck. So when you have curlier hair, it's drier, and I am a dry girl. So washing my hair every day means dandruff and dry scalp and yeah, just all kinds of craziness. So I try to wash my hair only once a week. But big shower is that, exfoliating, deeper skincare, shaving. So all the things. So that's why I usually mark it as a big shower, because I'm in the shower for way longer than a normal daily shower. But that is my spread. Hopefully I'm going to zoom out, I don't remember, and give you a shot of the whole thing. It looks like I got a little bit more time left on this video, so maybe I'm still explaining the big shower. Who knows? Like I said, I did it originally as a talk through, and it does look like the third time was the charm. So it looks like I will be posting this for you guys. How exciting. I'm so happy that I get to share my Valentine's Day spread with you. So the week prior is when my guy and I celebrated Valentines, because being teachers, it's easier for us to celebrate on the weekend instead of on a weekday, which was Tuesday. Valentine's was Tuesday. We did a salt float and massage. Sadly, not a couples massage. We took turns. Then what else did we do? We did something like every day. So that was like Friday. Can't remember what we did Saturday, but then Sunday was also Super Bowl. But we ended up going to a fancy smanchy restaurant. You just saw me zoom out. You could see the passport even sitting there. That's funny. So anyway, trying to get the perfect zoom so I could show the whole spread on the view. Absolutely fabulous. Okay, I think we did hot tub time on Saturday. So we try to do something every day, but I hope you have a fabulous day and week. So I hope to see you guys again. Bye.